Hello, you wonderful Godot people. Before we get started with the engine, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a quick video how to use this course. I want to make sure that you get the best out of this. Each section of the course is going to be a different project, a different game. So we're going to start with a very simple text-based game, Looney Lips, a very simple word game. And then we're going to move up in scale and complexity until the last project of this course, which is a 3D shooter with no guns, Food Fight, where we can throw food at robots while a whole bunch of 3D stuff is going on around us. So each project is going to get more complicated. We'll start with very common foundational principles, things like variables, printing to console, stuff you can use again and again and again. And by the end of it, we'll talk about things like blending animations in 3D with animation trees, how to deal with physics bugs, stuff like that. There's something else we should talk about, which is how to use this course in terms of where to go for help and when to look for help. Well, where to go for help is a good place to start, and the easiest place to start is right here on Udemy. On each lecture, you'll see a little Q&A. You can ask questions. Well, maybe you want something a little more immediate, or maybe you just want to get to know the community, hang out, make some friends, get some ideas, get some feedback on your project, stuff like that. For that, I would recommend Discord. I spend a lot of time on our Discord. We have our own Discord server. And if you don't know what Discord is, it's a free chat program, voice and text chat. Ours is almost exclusively text. Very few people chat. So if you don't feel like talking on a microphone, don't worry. It's not an expectation. We make sure that it's a very supportive, friendly, and welcoming community. And if you look in the resources for this lecture, which I believe at the time of recording will be in the top left of your screen, there'll be an invite to our Discord. You can join it. It's free. You don't even have to download the program if you want. You could use the web browser. You could also, if you're a little more old school, use the Game Dev TV forums. I say old school. Actually, a lot of people prefer to use forums. Ben's been working quite hard to make these up to date. You could go there, browse other people's stuff, introduce yourself, and all kinds of things. Talking about how to use this course, you're going to see a lot of these slides. Every time you see these green borders, I'm going to set you a challenge. Now, of course, you don't have to do the challenge, but I do recommend it. I recommend that you listen to the instructions, and then when I tell you to pause the video, you pause it. I'll leave a gap of about 4 seconds, and then you can come back and I'll either wrap it up or move on. So, my challenge for you is to introduce yourself. I would suggest dropping by and saying hi in one of the Game Dev social spaces. You could go to the Q&A. If you do remember to mark your post as answered. So reply to yourself and mark it as answered. I am very interested in seeing your welcomes and hellos. But if we see 300 unanswered questions, and it turns out that 100 of them are, hi, I'm new, I'm excited to see everybody, which is wonderful, we might not get to help, I need help. So do mark it as answered if you can. Go to the Game Dev Community Forum, go to the Discord. We also have a Facebook page, which I will link here. You can go join our Facebook group and say hi. And welcome back. Okay, before we go any further, let's talk about the second point on this slide, when to look for help. So you do want to try and solve problems yourself, right? It's a great way of learning, but you don't want to punish yourself for not necessarily understanding something or knowing something quite yet. So what I would recommend is if you get stuck, which happens all the time, sometimes it's a silly mistake, sometimes it's a fundamental misunderstanding. I certainly get stuck a lot. Try solving it for, I'd say, 5 to 10 minutes. If you're not getting anywhere from there, reach out. Udemy is a great place to look for solutions that people have already found. Discord is a great place for quick answers, and Forum is a great place for slower, more considered answers. So I would suggest give it a shot for a few minutes, then either take a break and come back to it, or reach out. Don't keep hammering your head against the keyboard, metaphorically or literally, if you could just get some support. And with that, I think that brings us to the end of the video. So in the next video, we'll look at installing Godot on a PC.